Dr. William Davis here, author of the Wheat Belly and Undoctored books. I'd like to raise once again this contentious question: is the ketogenic diet dangerous? And I raise this now again because more and more people are coming to me and are indeed having health problems long term, not near term, but long term. Now we know with confidence that a long-term ketogenic diet has bad effects. And we know that because there have been thousands of kids who were put on very strict ketogenic diets over years to suppress intractable seizures. These are bad problems, these intractable seizures. You put these children on this diet, and there's about a halving, a 50% reduction in seizure activity, which is really, that's great, right? But what happens to these kids on long-term ketogenic diets? They stop growing. Now, you're not growing, so you don't have to worry about that, but it suggests there's something fundamentally wrong or missing in the ketogenic diet. These kids develop osteopenia and osteoporosis. These are kids not supposed to have osteoporosis at that age. They develop a huge increase in kidney stones, both oxalate and urate kidney stones. There's an upfront collection of metabolic improvements on the ketogenic diet: a rise in HDL, reduction in triglycerides, reduction in insulin resistance, reduction in small LDL particles, reduction in blood pressure, reduction in fatty liver. But after many months to years, all that reverses. HDL goes down, triglycerides go back up, insulin resistance goes back up, blood pressure goes back up, and constipation, diverticular disease, and risk for colon cancer goes way up, long term. You know, we saw this before. We saw this in the people who followed the Atkins diet, because just like the ketogenic diet, the Atkins diet does not purposefully help you replace prebiotic fibers. And that is one of the core issues that accounts for a lot of the adverse effects of ketosis, of prolonged ketosis, is the failure to take in sufficient quantities of prebiotic fibers, that is, fibers that nourish bowel flora. So we know with confidence also that a prolonged ketogenic diet changes bowel flora. There's some good changes, and there are a lot of bad changes. For instance, there's a reduction in healthy bifidobacteria, and there's proliferation of E. coli, a marked increase in E. coli populations. We also know that species diversity, the number of species of bowel flora in the gastrointestinal tract, is markedly diminished when you follow a ketogenic diet. And species diversity is a very powerful marker for health. Healthier people always have more species diversity than unhealthy people. Unhealthy people have narrow species diversity with proliferation of unhealthy species like E. coli and Campylobacter and Shigella and others. So ketosis is fine and physiologic and natural for brief periods. I draw a parallel to the stress response. The stress response is a normal physiologic response, right? To the sense of danger or excitement. But what if you're a stress junkie or an adrenaline junkie and you want stress round the clock, 24/7, or you're exposed to some awful life stress like financial problems, someone close to you is ill or dies, or maybe you're taking care of an elderly parent who's got dementia, chronic stress. What happens with chronic stress? It's horrible for health, right? Cancer rates go way up, depression, heart disease, way up, all kinds of other conditions. The risk increases dramatically. So stress is normal and physiologic. Chronic stress is very harmful. Same thing here. Short-term ketosis is normal, natural, and physiological. Long-term ketosis, very destructive for health. Now, some people have argued that the beta-hydroxybutyrate ketone of ketosis is all you need for bowel health. You don't need the prebiotic fibers. You don't need all those bacteria. And E. coli proliferation. Well, there's no way to justify that kind of an argument, especially in light of all the lessons coming to us in the microbiome. The microbiome is the key here. We must make efforts to cultivate healthy bowel flora because modern people have screwed up their bowel flora dramatically. So don't add to the effect by being chronically ketotic, okay? Use it near term, you want to lose weight, reverse fatty liver, become a non-diabetic, but then add the prebiotic, or even better, make sure you address prebiotic fibers, just like we do in Wheat Belly Total Health and Undoctored programs. We do that from the start, okay? So there's so much now that relies on a healthy microbiome. Don't let diet ruin it for you.